How's it going, guys? Another update from Mad Dog EDC here. I've promised us some of these videos and I'm finally getting around to making them. Today we are looking at the clip and carry goods that Clip and Carry was kind enough to send me. First off, this Surge case here. It's got a pretty decent clip on it. I wasn't a fan of these to begin with. I wasn't sure how it was going to hold up, what it was going to do, whether, you know, with the flex of getting in and out of the truck, because this is always going to be on my left hand side. I mean, no matter what, Leatherman goes on my left hand side, and y'all know it's always going to be scissors to the body, so that when I pull it out, that thumb is right there, I pull my scissors out. That's just how I orient my tools. That's the way I found I like it, and that's just what it is. So this Clip and Carry here, this Surge case, this clip actually did really well. You can kind of hear the thunk of it there, how strong it is. Now, I have my clips a little bit loose so that there's some type of flex there. You may not like that. You may want to crank these things down. But the reason is that as I shift in and out of my truck, or you know, I'm laying down on my stomach over a hole trying to do some things, that right there gives a little bit of flex to the tool, and so it will move and it's not digging into my body as much. So I really do like how that clip functions good. Now right here is your retention. Really just the top screw would give you enough, but that's your retention adjustment. But as you can see, this here snaps in there fairly well. And I don't need it to where it's gonna, you saw how it just kind of fell out like that right there. I don't need it where it's going to be just tight up in there and I gotta wrench it out. I want it to be a little bit loose. You know, hanging it upside down like so, a little bit of a shake, enough for me for this. That's all I need. So that's how I have it adjusted. You can crank it down obviously to where it is locked up in there. That's your choice. Your mileage is going to vary on that. But I really liked it. I really liked the carry. I really liked the ease of it. I really liked how good it was. It was easy to get off and on should I need it off and on. Now, my typical EDC carry has been my Trailblazer, my Skinth Trailblazer. And I actually went back to that today just because of the tools that I was going to need on me. I needed something to be able to carry them. So I actually went back to my Trailblazer today. My Surge was in there, as was the Clip and Carry, and I'll show that later on in the video how each one of these things fit in there. And by that Clip and Carry here, I mean the BitLocker, which we're coming to. But no, I really liked the compact nature of it. This kind of muddy just from current work here. But you can wash it off real good, and I've actually worn this to church and worn this out to different events out the town. I swap it out. I've got an all black Surge, and then I have a stainless steel Surge that I'll carry sometimes too. So, but no, I don't just use this for work. I use it for good, for what I call my formal or casual carry, going out in the town, going to church, different things, trail life with my boys. I had this on me. Just like this, and then I carried this here on the right hip because I had my 17 round magazine in a leather sheath on my belt behind the Surge on this side for my 365. So, but no, I didn't expect this clip to hold up, to be honest. I did not expect it to hold up just because of the way things go for me, but also my typical rough nature on things has changed. Am I as rough on things that I always have been? Absolutely. Don't want to disappoint you, but I'm no longer off and on mowers and equipment all day, so these things aren't getting snagged as much as they were, so that may have had something to do with it. I am kind of curious as to whether it would have held up to my previous occupation, mowing grass and things like that. But so far, on the irrigation side, this has been rock solid. I will continue to carry these things, just kind of depending on the day. My Trailblazer and these will probably end up being some regular rotation. I liked that this much. So, let's move on to the BitLocker. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a longer video, so I do apologize for it. I'm not going to be able to cut this one out in 5 minutes. I've been 4 minutes and 50 seconds right now just talking about the Surge. But before we go on to the BitLocker, y'all do me a favor. go ahead, like the video if you think it's good. Go ahead and plan to share it out to social media, if you will. And above all, hit that subscribe button. Don't leave us hanging. Hit that subscribe button. Let's build this up. Now, we've already done the 1,000 member giveaway for YouTube, but we're sitting at 942 on the Facebook page. Go look up Mad Dog EDC on Facebook. There's a lot of good carries that are pictured there every single day. There's a lot of good stuff happening over there. We get that up to 1,000, buddy. There's a big giveaway coming up with a lot of good prizes in that. So let's build that up onto the BitLocker sheath. Again, same thing, this sheath, this clip right here, I was impressed. Honestly, guys, I didn't expect it to make it, but it did. Again, I kind of have it where it's going to slide and move a bit just because of how I want it. I don't want it completely digging into my body because, let's face it, I'm a contortionist sometimes. I'm digging in holes. Last couple days I've been working on a 2.5-inch main line that was 2.5 foot down in the ground. So I've been on my belly down in there, and these things do dig in if they don't have some amount of flex to them. And you're gonna get some flex on the belt, which is an 1.5-inch core Essentials gun belt. You're gonna get some flex on that, but it was nice. I mean, I could tell that was happening, and I really appreciated that. I really thought that was great. Again, you've got the retention adjustment here. Again, I don't need it to be, this is a little bit tighter than my Surge, but I don't need it to be that tight. I do like having the bit adapter, the Leatherman bit adapter right there. Just nice and easy to get to. The slot that goes in on my Trailblazer, it's a little tough. I got to put a little bit more paper down in the bottom of it to try to build it up where a little bit more of this sticks out and make it easier to grab and carry. But let's talk about this BitLocker right here. As you can see, there's a slot on the end of it there where that goes in. Also, the Leatherman ratchet adapter will fit in there. I have a video coming up for you that'll be part of this. We'll do a little voiceover of it. I'm kind of adjusting on an irrigation controller, one that I have replaced. It's just in the back of my truck, but just kind of give you the idea of how useful this thing is with the ratchet and with the regular bit adapter. That'll be up here in just a second, but I want to go over the features of this right here. This, as you can see, it's a pretty decent size. You got some bulk to it, and honestly, I looked at this thing when I got it and I thought, there ain't no way. There's no way that I'm going to carry this thing and that I'm going to use this thing. But I've been proved wrong. This thing, you can get some good grip with it. You can get some good twist, some torque with it. It's good, and this was super nice. By the way, yes, that is metal, aluminum. It's good. It's durable. It doesn't scratch up that easily. You can kind of see some little things on there, but y'all know how hard I am on equipment, and I've had these for a couple weeks now. So, but I love how that has just bolted in there. I mean, you undo this right here. You got these set screws here. This will actually move apart, and it fits over the ends. Oh, excuse me. This will move apart, and it fits over the ends of your Leatherman bits and secures it in there right there. So you got all 42, which you can see I am missing a couple, but you got all your bits right there, and it just slides right up in there. And y'all see those little retention balls on either side right here, right there. That's pretty secure. And then you can go tip down, tip up, whichever way you like to carry. Oop. But that was the problem I found with carrying it tip down, is that sometimes it left this part in the sheath. So I preferred to carry like so. And then of course this goes right here. Let's switch over and check out that video of me using it on an irrigation controller, and then we'll come right back and talk about some final thoughts. Alright guys, here we are looking at the use of this. This is on an old irrigation controller I had in the back of my truck, and this is kind of the instance where I would use this most of the time. Prefer to not use my power tools on these modules because I have snapped the screw off, and it does ruin a perfectly good controller when that happens. So rather than bringing in screwdrivers or anything like that, if I'm just doing some quick wire swapping or something, it is easier to just use something like this that I already have on my belt. We're using this with the ratchet adapter right now, just showing you there how easy it is to swap over to your next bit. Obviously, if you're not trying to show off for the camera, you can do it a little bit quicker, so it's nice and easy. It works really well with that ratchet adapter. Of course, the ratchet adapter doesn't fit in the Kydex sheath, but the regular standard driver does. And it works very well as a screwdriver. You can get your hands around it. You got some meat to grab onto. You can give some torque to it, and it just works out really well. It's not hard, it's not bulky, it's not cumbersome like I thought it probably would be when I first got it in the mail. I was kind of daunted by it, but I've ended up liking it. I think it's going to stick around for me. So that's just a real quick video to show you how easy it is to use it, put everything back together, swap your bits, and what it works with. All right, final thoughts of the clip and carry. Are these things worth it? Is it worth it to have the Leatherman tool adapter? They've got them set for just about every single Leatherman, I believe. There's for the Gerber, I believe for the SOG and the Swiss tool as well, and they've got a bunch of other stuff. They've got some tactical knives. They've got a bunch of accessories. So y'all go over to Clip and Carry and check them out. I definitely think this is worth it. I definitely think it was worth the price. I didn't go back and look up the pricing. I probably should have, but I can drop the pricing for the 2 sheaths and in the bit locker into the description below. But yeah, I mean, I really think that this is worth the price of having alone. Now, the bit locker, most people are not going to enjoy this as much as I did. I think this, in my opinion, this is going to be very task oriented, very occupation oriented. People that are using the bits constantly are probably going to enjoy this. If you just have your bits stuck in your get home bag or your bug out bag or your EDC bag or whatever, you're probably just gonna want to go straight with the bit adapter that's on your Wave, your Charge, your Signal, your Leatherman, your Skeletool, or whichever ones you have your dare we say your Super Tool 300s, what, the Super Tool 300M, I think. So you're probably just going to stick with this. But those that are using your bits all, or who knows, you may like that and put that in a pocket in your bag and, you know, have it and have an ease, have a kind of built-in screwdriver. To tell you the truth, I'm a gadget guy. I'm gonna do that. If I wasn't using it for work, that's exactly what this would be in, would be my EDC bag. So there may be another one coming sometime in the mail, Mrs. Bad Dog. I might have to pick me up another one to put in the bag. You never know. It would be handy if you're working with gloves and having to do some of this. Now, working with gloves, this is going to be tedious to be able to get that. I didn't try it, but that there would be handy. If you were to preload this here with your Phillips head, the Phillips head and flat, if you were to preload that and have that on hand just like that as a first responder, wearing gloves, extrication gloves, structural gloves, something like that, that might help. Although I don't know how the Kydex is going to hold up well inside the fire. I haven't tested that. I have some things that are in my turnout pockets, in my turnout pants, but Kydex is not really one of those things. A thermoplastic, it just, when you're sitting about 800 degrees, those things aren't going to really hold up that well, and it's about 160 degrees inside our turnout gear. So I'm not quite sure how that would hold up, but that is something to look into and to test for you first responders. Maybe your LEOs, your law enforcement officers, might be something you might want to have in the cruiser. or something, in case you have to do some entry or do some work. So there's a lot of things that's going to fit towards. If you're a gadget guy working in an office, yeah, you're probably going to like it. If not, it might not be for you. I don't know. That this definitely for anybody is worth the money. This whole setup right here, not really for everybody, but I think if you do get it, you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be a lot like carrying a flashlight with you every day. It's going to be a lot like, I'm telling you, you don't know what you're missing out on until you carry a pair of these. You don't think you'll use them, but you'll end up using them. So that's something to keep in mind right there. And I realized that I am not looking at my camera. I am looking down, and it's probably looking kind of funny on the video, so I do apologize for that. I'll try to do better to look at the lens here instead of watching myself in the camera. Look up so I can see y'all eye to eye. I think it's going to be one of those things that you don't know how good it is until you have it, but it may end up, for some people, maybe one of those purchases that you just throw in the box of failures. And yes, everybody has a box of failures and a drawer of unused holsters and sheaths if you're into EDC. So check it out. Y'all go over to Clip and Carry. Clip and Carry, thank you so much for sending me these things, for sending me these items. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. I tell you, it was a great excitement for me to have that happen. I really did enjoy carrying them, and like I said, these things are going to go into my daily rotation. It's all going to depend on what job I am working on at the time. Y'all know this here is my Trailblazer, my Skinth Trailblazer. I've had it on video. Normally what happens is my Surge will ride in this pocket right here. And again, this is on my left side, so when that comes out, scissor right there at my thumb. I've got my Leatherman Crunch on this side. I've taken the pocket carrying these rather than having them in here with the Leatherman Crunch. But on the inside of this, I have some special tools. This one here, this one here, and this one here are my sprinkler adjustment tools. This is a bolt action bit driver plus a 7-11 ratchet. And then y'all probably recognize this from another video. It's a lot easier to get at when it's on my hip, and trust me, it doesn't look like it right now, but it does work pretty well. This is the Leatherman ratchet driver, but then this is the screwdriver handle for it from Artem. Once I got this bit locker, that other bit thing I had, the Surge Companion kit, kind of went out the window because this, to be quite honest, for me, smoked it. But I'm doing all of this and pulling all of this out here to show you that this fits in with everything else. I just have to organize it differently than what I had it. So if y'all will bear with me just one tiny second here. There you go. Fits right in right there. I'm not going to stick this all the way down in there because, like I said, I've got to stuff something underneath it to where it doesn't go down too far. I'd like it to sit about like that right there. Nice and easy to get to, and if I need it, I've got the ratchet on the inside. If I need anything that's pokey to do some reset buttons or something of that nature, then I have in this pocket right here, I have this Sharpie from Spikes Tactical. It's a brass hardened tip. Nice and handy to have at times. And then I've got to do some other, I've got to repack this here because I'm out. I've used it, but this is my duct tape straw. You can see another run of duct tape will fit right here, and then I have about 30 foot per side, so I've got about 60 foot of duct tape wrapped around a big old fat milkshake straw, and it's extremely convenient to carry duct tape with you. Of course, my titanium toothpick, I don't use it as much since I have the Sharpie, and rounding out the Leatherman crock. So that's going to be my EDC for right now. And you know, these things work really well for me. I'm really happy with these. When I don't need all the adjustment tools and the extra stuff, then throwing these on my belt right here, nice and handy. Of course, this is going to ride in the truck, and it's not that hard to swap over to it should I need it, depending on the service calls. So that's the clipping carry for the Surge. Everything else is going to be the exact same as this sheath right here. It's not going to change, just kind of depends on what tool fits in it. But then also the bit locker. I'll go ahead and show it one last time. Clip and carry, bit locker. Once again, thank you very much for sending this my way, allowing me the chance to be able to review this. That's it for now. Y'all go check out the Facebook group, like, share, and subscribe. Mad Dog out.